The Greater Western Sydney Giants. It's a big, big sound. But is it? So 15-8 last year. They finished 4th. The over-under this year is 14.5. I have them 14-9. I'm going under because the big year nah for the GWS Giants is, did they hit their tipping point last year? Alex?
Yeah. I've been big on this all off-season.
That's just because you go for Sydney. I'm saying, nah, they've got Jesse Hogan. He's going to be right up there in the Coleman again. They've got so many guys. They proved last year they didn't have to rely on Toby Green. He wasn't even at his best. In the past, they would go, Toby, kick 4 goals, otherwise we can't win. I think their team is so well-rounded that they're going to go the over.
So I think they're good, and then I'm going through their stuff, and I think I'll end up landing just going under because I feel like the latter range I had written down in our social clips. I'm like, this could be 2 to 6 because if it actually clicks and they have not hit that tipping point, they could be a top 2 team.
Top 2.
They have a lot of talent. I just feel like the talent hit a point last year. We're like, this is very good. They're pretty deep, but I don't know they're deep enough. I think that defense is really, really good. Sam Taylor, Lee Collier and co. But to bring in Jake Stringer, I feel like, what are we doing here? It makes no sense. I'm not convinced of that at all. I think the big call for them was very easy. It's like Jake Stringer doesn't hit 20 goals the entire season for GWS. I don't think he plays half the season. Rising stars, obviously Finn Callahan. Darcy Jones is the cult hero. Most improved player, Lee Collier. Like, I think he's
going to have to get consistent game time.
He was fantastic at times last year, and I think the back half of the season was really, really, really good.
It was great, yeah.
The best player, the Tom Green versus Toby Green thing, I think Toby Green has now sort of hit a point where you're like, can he carry a team? Can he win games of his own boot like he could?
Yes.
And I'm not wildly convinced. So I remain lukewarm, I think, on the GWS Giants this year. I was much more bullish on them than the Tom Green injury stuff. You're like,
if he's out, who's their best player besides Toby Green or Tom Green?
Lockie Whitfield.
He's so inconsistent.
Exactly.
I'd say Jesse Hogan.
It was wildly inconsistent to start the
season
last year.
Yeah.
Excellent across the back half.
Yeah, I don't rate him.
I just don't know that this team has enough.
I can't believe their rising star is in Cadman.
Cadman, yeah.
Cadman's fine, but I think Lee Collier is like much more.
No, but rising star, not most improved.
Rising star. Let's go Finn Callahan. He's a weapon.
But Finn Callahan's his 4th year now.
Yeah, but Finn Callahan could actually be a legit star if he actually hits it. That's what literally rising star means, right? Like,
fair enough.
He could be a star by the end of this season.
I think Cadman can as well.
I don't think Cadman in that forward line quite fits with Hogan. You bring in Stringer. It's like, where does Cadman fit in? I think it's ridiculous.
He gets less, lesser forward.
So my point is, I had them still 14-9. So it's very, 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 very competitive. But that's it. I think I've got about 8 teams at 14-9. So
it's going to be a weird.
You've got 3 teams winning 3 games.
Basically. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I think they did hit their tipping point last year. That was their year to win the flag. They get beaten by Sydney in Sydney. It was a dumb loss. It was a stupid loss. No one to blame but yourself, GWS. I'm very disappointed. I'm just like your parents. Anyway.
Then they screwed the pitch against Brisbane. That was the worst one.
I'm going I'm going under, and I'm going, they hit their tipping point. Stats guy, you going over, under? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm going over. Like I said, I think their depth is still there. They don't have to rely on their big names. Jesse Hogan's going to win the Coleman again, and they'll be top 4.
Alex?
Under, they missed the finals.
Missed the finals?
Yep.
Oh.
I can see that happening with my 14-9. As I said, I've got about 8 different teams on 14-9.
So I've got them 12-11, 11-12, and missing finals in 9th, 10th.
I reckon this is the most different we've ever been on over-unders because the competition's so even. So
exactly. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams between 15 and 13 wins.
Jesus.
Is that possible?
Yes. It all adds up, stats guys.
Okay.
I am a math magician, but there you go. That is GWS.